So today, what we're going to talk about are just the basics. Okay, I tried to make it as simple as possible, as non-technical as possible. Basically, just to give you an overview of what you non-tech peoples need to tell your techie guys to do. Okay, so please keep notes or write down notes if you want, and ask questions later. Okay. Again, I've been the lead developer of WishList products since 2006, since practically when we began developing WishList Member. And back then, I was working with WordPress a lot. But this applies not just to WordPress. Okay? So let's continue. First thing that I want to talk about, it's okay for me to step down here? Could you still, guys? Okay. So first thing I want to talk about is responsive design. When we talk about next generation site architecture, we're talking about new things. All right? I was talking yesterday at the advanced training session that way back 1990s, who among you here were already alive during 1990s, touching computers? All right. Now you go like, yeah, I'm old enough. All right. Back then, you only have to worry about small screen and big screens, like 640 by 480, 800 by 600. When 1024 by 768 came out, it's like, what? I need to redesign my site for that? All right. So now the trend is every website now has to be responsive. And when we talk about responsive, your website has to respond to the size or to the dimension of the screen that your viewers are using. Like I see people here have laptops. I see people have tablets, right? I see people have phones, like smartphones. And even laptops nowadays, you have the regular size laptop, then all of a sudden you have this netbook laptops, right? So you have to have responsive design. And why? Because one is that a responsive design is basically creating one site to rule them all. You don't have to design a separate site for mobile phones, another site for, laptops, another site for big desktops. You just have one design, and it's one site to rule them all. Another is, of course, is absolutely necessary. Yesterday, we were talking about people having to pinch and zoom in their iPhones just to try to read what's on a website. Okay? This is the first thing that you need to make sure when you create a website or when you install WordPress and choose a theme or whatever CMS you're using. Make sure that your themes or your designs are all responsive. It's absolutely necessary. And the good part is that responsive design is mostly or entirely CSS controlled. Okay? So basically have HTML, you have a JavaScript, and basically just have a separate CSS for phones, separate CSS for desktops, and so on and so forth. It's very, very easy to manage.